Hi, everybody. I'm Willem.
And I'm Tim.
And this is Hear Me Out Pitch. Now they can actually see what we're doing. Well, Tim, I think we can actually just give a little intro. This won't be an actual episode, but this is just a intro to the bread and butter, the baby faces. So if you can see, like, I am an old man compared to look at that face. Look at him, baby face. But yeah, I'm Willem, and
I'm Tim.
Yeah, and this is Hear Me Out. Do
it again.
But yeah, this is going to be the next little chapter of our adventure. We're coming up on a year and a half in December. Yeah, it's been crazy, and we have been. This is the around this time of October of 2024. This has been the month that we have not been posting, which stinks. Because last year we posted every month. We did a special
every week.
Yeah, every week. Sorry, not every month.
Yeah,
this is our lowest month, and we apologize. It's just been adulting. Adulting's been crazy.
Adulthood has been kicking us in the butts, and I've been sick. I started a new job. A lot's gone on.
So this probably will get posted on all the podcasts everywhere, so everyone can know, like, hey, we're still making stuff for you guys, but it's just been hard. But Tim, I do want to ask, again, I just want like a little bit of our time tonight. What has been some of your, I guess we're introducing ourselves to new audience members now, but what has been some of your favorite episodes that we've done? Or maybe you explain, what do we do here?
Well, I'll answer your second question first. What we do is we write stories. We started out with taking stories that we were disappointed in, movies that we were disappointed in, from Thor, Love and Blunder to Star Wars to the sequels 7, 8, and 9.
Tim made his own version of those. They are wonderful.
I did.
Look them up.
I'm proud. There are things I would change now, but the general story of those I would keep. And
the thing is, you might be like, well, you guys make these stories and they're not like super better. They're not perfect, but
no.
Most of them, I would have rather seen those than what we saw. And that's the point. I do promise, and I promise to you, the audience, and me and Tim have made it a goal that in the near future, by the middle of 2025, you guys will have full-on audio stories to listen to of original or, what do I say? New ideas of movies we didn't like. Yeah, rewritten movies we didn't like. So,
I think to start, our big one, if you haven't listened to Bergen's Bears, it is the cutest story about 3 little teddy bears that go on an adventure to find their owners. They don't know who their owners are. Their owners don't know them, but they're on a journey to find them. For
anyone a fan of Harry Potter, they are basically the Ollivander's wands of teddy bears. You go in, you go into this shop and you pick out a teddy bear, you choose their name, and they are your teddy bear.
You don't pick the teddy bear. The teddy bear chooses you. But yeah, it's a cute story. It will for sure be our first, I guess, published story.
Most likely going to be
goal.
Most likely is going to be an audio story someday. So that before anything else, it will be a audio story, whether it's read by us or whether we get a cast. Most likely, I'll be honest, probably me and Tim will read it and narrate it for you guys.
Probably.
So
unless we can get someone like Mark Kramer.
Oh, Kate Redding and Michael Kramer. Oh,
I wouldn't be opposed. No, I think yeah, that's kind of what we do. We write stories. We take movies and other stories that we were a little disappointed with or that we're worried about. We talked about the Minecraft movie briefly recently. We'll talk about them. We'll try to fix them. Talk about the things that we didn't like. And we talk about how we would do it instead. And then there's others where we talk about our favorite movies or our favorite episodes of certain shows like Avatar: The Last Airbender, or we talk about a movie that just came out like The Wild Robot.
Oh my gosh.
Recently.
Everyone go see Wild Robot.
Yes, please. It is fantastic.
Fantastic.
But yeah, that's who we are. Basically. That is Hear Me Out pitch. That's if you have ideas of stories that you would like fixed, movies, books. I will say this, I am not reading the entirety of Wheel of Time or the equivalent to try to fix something. I'm not saying Wheel of Time is bad. I'm just saying I'm not willing to read 48 hours worth of a single book just to fix it.
Yeah, give us a good summary or have us just research it. We want to go over this, but for the most part, we do focus a lot on movies. There are some books that I do want to talk about. Oh, Fablehaven.
You don't like Fablehaven?
I didn't like the ending. Stupid fairy dragon.
Yeah, I didn't hate it. I liked Fablehaven.
We were at different ages. Again,
we were
old man, young man.
I am 32 years younger than he is.
I look great.
He looks fantastic.
Fantastic. I am 72.
No.
That means you're in your 40s. You look great.
Thanks.
Great job.
Yep. I am apparently double my actual age.
Absolutely. Wow. Oh, you're not even 25, are you?
Nope. I will be in a year and a half.
I'll be 30 before then.
Yeah, you will be. We've established that you are 6 years older than me. That is how math works, Will.
Yeah.
I know, it's crazy.
And for anything else, we don't only do that. And many of our original stories that we've come up with were just simple sentences or even a few of my fever dreams. One of my favorite a cute one we've done recently was Liam the Pirate. And
that was an
adorable little story of a little boy going through imagination to try to save his parents' marriage. And it's just cute. The parents were not in it. Go listen to these stories. We want to. But we love the challenge of hearing a sentence and running with it.
Yeah.
Tim came up. Oh, one of my favorite ones. Tim gave us a sentence of a scenario of a woman with a giant purple hat.
It was just some weird idea I had where basically it was a young woman, in her mid-20s or so, and she had a huge purple hat that, this purple hat was like a boat. Like it was just massive and it was flowy and the story was set in a world where
perpetually raining, right?
Raining forever. So I took that kind of premise where it's forever raining, dense jungle, because of course it would if it's perpetually raining. Dense jungle, physics don't have to make sense in this story. We don't have to explore it. But there are these little colonies in almost like space, like those space pod type modular
like you see on Mars
stuff.
Movies.
Yeah. If you've seen The Martian, very similar to how that is set up, how their base is set up with the tunnels and the big rooms and stuff.
It was a lot, and
there's a young boy. What was his name? Was it Micah?
Micah. We wanted him to have a rock name, and she was Violet.
Yeah. So Micah left the compound to go explore the rain with Violet, and they had some adventures, and she loved to paint and would paint the landscapes and everything, and it was a fun story.
It is one of my favorite ones. I think Bergen's Bears by far is our top one, but that one close second. And I think we've come up with a few sequels of movies that we'd hope to see. And
We even came up with a sequel for a movie that we made.
yeah,
A story that we made.
which one was that?
It was our Apocalypse one. She Who Laughs.
We did 2 stories. Yeah, that one's a good one. That one was. I want to revisit that one someday for sure. That one was difficult. We learned that writing apocalyptic stories very hard. Hunger Games, bravo. Just it was. We tried way too hard to not fit into that little box, but it was a hard one to.
Yeah.
It was
It's
hard.
hard not to fit into a certain category when you're writing in that category.
But we've talked about many times that just because stories are similar doesn't mean they can't be good. Look at Wild Robot. Everyone said the same thing, and I said it. Most not auditors,
Editors.
No.
No, critics.
critics. The auditor. How good was your movie? Anyway,
How much money did you make?
how much money did you make? What did you lose? Who did you pay off? No. But most people said the same thing. It was Wild Robot. Wild Robot is just the baby of Wall-E and Iron Giant. And
it kind of was.
was it bad though?
No, it was. I have to say that was probably my favorite movie that we've
This
gotten in the
year.
last decade.
Oh,
The last decade,
decade?
maybe not decade, five or so years
Post COVID. No.
post COVID.
Yes. I would say
Post-COVID.
you have to say post COVID now.
I do this decade.
No, oh wait, no. Oh my gosh. I was
2020s.
about to say no. Infinity War and Endgame. And I'm like, that was last
That was
decade.
Last decade. Honestly, I enjoyed Wild Robot more than I enjoyed any Marvel movie.
It's up there.
Except maybe Captain America. 'Cause that is still my favorite. Always will be.
Winter Soldier is still like
Winter Soldier.
I'm a big Marvel nerd. Get that out of the way. Tim is our fantasy guy. Just how it is. He's my DM, Dungeon Master. Cut that out. What did he cut out? I don't know. But I think the point is that just because it's similar doesn't mean you can't just run with it. But also another, I think one of our biggest sequels we did, and my absolute favorite, was Coraline.
That was a year ago.
That was a year ago, and
That was a year ago this week, I think.
and yeah,
Yeah. That was a fun episode. If you haven't watched Coraline, go watch it. And if you haven't listened to if you have watched Coraline and you haven't listened to our sequel to it, please go.
because
Listen, it's great.
we all know people want a sequel to the Coraline movie. We all love it,
It's a beautiful movie. It's very well done.
and I think our sequel there's a few things, again, not perfect,
A
but
couple things we'd change now that,
Yeah.
hindsight's 2020.
Yeah.
Right?
But that's why we started this, we started as a pitch meeting, and we can come back and make these stories better and give it time.
Mhm.
Unlike we've seen with many of these movies that just seem to go, oh, run over, boop, and they just throw on whatever.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, what did we go see? Oh, Kung Fu Panda 4.
Kung Fu Panda 4.
Gosh, it made no sense watching that and going, how did this pass?
No.
Not that it was like terrible.
It wasn't horrible,
but
but
it
it wasn't.
stepped on the other 3 a lot. People have voted that DreamWorks makes the best trilogies, and Kung Fu Panda is still one of the best trilogies.
I like that, and I agree.
But with Coraline, we thought that one of the best things, and we'll just say this now. Actually, I won't even say it, but I'll just hint at it. If you really were to make a good sequel of Coraline and make it happen relative to the new one,
We want it to grow up with us.
we thought if Coraline was a new mother, then what would the Beldam look like? And we kind of grew from there, and we'll leave it at that.
It's a freaky story. It's fun.
I think that's the closest we got to having Tim write horror. Your nightmare sequence, I think yours was creepier than mine, or at least what happens after.
It hits harder.
It did. So usually I'm the serious guy, even though you can't really tell. And
I don't like horror. Period. It's just not my favorite. It's not my favorite thing to talk about. I don't want to be scared.
I will when it comes to Coraline.
I like adrenaline. I like adrenaline because adrenaline feels good.
Mhm.
It's just natural.
Mhm.
But I don't like horror. I don't like being afraid. It's uncomfortable, and I don't like it. There's a difference. There's a difference between a horror movie and, being afraid of the dark.
We want to enjoy the stories, and I think that's a good line. But yeah, I think that's kind of the briefest of intros. I don't think there's anything else. But we are on all platforms of streaming services. We are on Spotify, Amazon Music, YouTube. What else is there? iTunes. We're all on all that. So we'd love for you to, hear us out. Sorry, that was really lame. But I think this will be fun. We want you guys to see our expressions. We want you guys to laugh with us, and hopefully we will bring more people into our weird pitches. So it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Again, we've said it a million times in our episodes. Maybe now that you guys can see our faces while we ask. If you have any ideas of any stories that you want retold, any movies you want fixed, any story ideas you want us to explore and maybe build, it can be just a single sentence. That's all it needs to be. Let us know. We can do books, movies, video games. Again, I'm not reading. I'm not doing it of Wheel of Time or Stormlight Archive just to fix simple issue. It's not happening. But maybe Willem will.
Maybe. I don't know. Give us what you don't like, or give us stories to grow on. We are on social media: Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, again, YouTube. Hit us up, or you can even email us, and we will put that somewhere.
Yeah.
First person to send an email. Whatever you send us, please be respectful. It will be an episode. It will be an episode, whatever it is.
That will be the first episode we do when we take our requests.
Mm-hmm.
It's just how it works.
Yeah, email will get you straight up. So I would suggest you look through our old episodes to make sure it's not something we already talked about. So yeah.
Again, as always, it's something I like to say when we end our regular episodes. This is a little different, but I'm going to end it the same way. Just be kind, love each other, try to make the world a better place. And we'll see you later, pitches.
Bye.